I just saw a really ignorant video from Jess Hilarious saying who's going to stand up for us because she was just so fucking offended that a trans woman would say that menstruation is not exclusively to cis women. Obviously cis women are not the only ones who experience menstruation because trans men do too. But importantly, this ignorance has to stop. Like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Like, this whole idea that trans people are in some way endangering your womanhood, the idea that even cis women, why do you seem to think that we are nothing more but menstruation and your biological parts? If a trans person talks about menstruation or their experiences or the fact that they are included in this, you're like, who's gonna defend us? If you don't shut your stupid like, listen, Jess Hilarious is hilarious. I'll give her that. I think she is a talented comedian, but shut the up, because this is not the first time she's been culturally ignorant. Stay out of politics. Shut the up, Jess.
Why is this woman saying this, huh? You hear her. She's coming out all aggressive, cursing, shut the up, and all of this other stuff. A woman attempting to battle another woman for speaking about how that woman feels about her experience. And now here she comes out. Let's break down her statement piece by piece.
I just saw a really ignorant video from...
What's ignorant? Ignorant is a lack of knowledge. What Jess Hilarious is saying is backed by science. If anything, you're the ignorant person.
Jess Hilarious saying who's going to stand up for us because she was just so fucking offended that a trans woman would say that menstruation is not exclusively to cis women. Obviously cis women are not the only ones who experience.
See, now this is part of the problem when you start talking about cis woman and trans woman. It's just woman, period. Anyone who's not a woman is not a woman. When you start talking about cis this and then trans that, and it starts getting convoluted, I don't even think that the word trans woman should even be used. I think it could more accurately be described as trans feminine, maybe. People who may be trying to transverse over into the feminine side, because you cannot transfer yourself into being a woman. What is it that they're doing? Transmuting? You can't. You cannot become a different sex. You can't.
Experience menstruation because trans men do too.
A trans man is a biological female. This is part of the reason that a trans, quote unquote, the trans masculine experiences a period, because they have the sex cells of the XX chromosome. This is why. She's saying this because far too many Black women are attempting to be able to show what a good girl she is, what a good bulldog, what a good fighter, what a good SJW, social justice warrior she is, so that she can pick up the mantle to defend every single person while ignorantly not realizing how she is sawing off her own branch of the tree, the branch that she's sitting on, sawing it off.
But importantly, this ignorance has to stop. Like, enough.
No, your ignorance has to stop.
Is enough. Enough is enough. Like, this whole idea that trans people are in some way endangering your womanhood.
There are people who are claiming to be trans who are endangering women. The ignorance of her statement shows.
The idea that even cis women, why do you seem to think that we are nothing more but menstruation and your biological parts? If a trans person talks...
Nothing more. Darling, it starts with your chromosomes. That's it. You talking about nothing more than that? That is the foundation. If we can't agree on that, then there's no going further in the conversation.
Talks about menstruation or the experiences or the fact that they are included in this. You're like, who's gonna defend us? If you don't shut your stupid...
No, if you don't shut your stupid ass up. I can't believe the audacity of a person to come from a space of ignorance, calling somebody else stupid, and you don't realize how you sound.
Like, listen, Jess Hilarious is hilarious. I'll give her that. I think she is a talented comedian, but shut the up, because this is not the first time she's been culturally ignorant. Stay out of politics. Shut the up, Jess.
Who are you to tell anybody to stay out of anything? Why don't you go make her stay out of it? She has a platform and she can speak just like you can. It's like, as long as we are continuing to tell people to shut the fuck up for expressing their opinion, then that negates us expressing our own opinion. Who are you to tell anybody not to give theirs?
I just saw a really ignorant video.
Yeah, so there's more. You know what? We'll go through the rest of this.
Who's gonna stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your f***ing ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
Something that I want you all to see. So here. Somebody says, I find it interesting how y'all are saying Jess Hilarious looks like a man and saying she gets compared to quote unquote trans women as an insult while coming at her for being transphobic. Y'all don't see the irony. Absolutely, exactly. Every time Serena Williams breathes in public, graces a magazine cover, or basks in her incredible legacy as a sports icon, folks gotta go out of their way to be transphobic towards her. And yet we have Jess Hilarious and so many other quote unquote cis het BW hyper-focused on trans women. Baby, trans women are trying to survive just like you are. No. They're trying to survive in a different way. And they're trying to survive by stepping on the square, the protected square in which women stand on. Jess Hilarious is transphobic. Listen, a phobia is an irrational fear. I don't see anything irrational about paying attention to the truth of what it is that is happening out here. And I'm going to show you some videos and some other things that are going to help you understand what is really going on. Jess Hilarious is transphobic and homophobic. Y'all been knew this though. I stopped supporting her when she said the black people fight wasn't hers. Okay. Jess Hilarious has never been hilarious, but she has been Islamophobic, homophobic, and transphobic. A talentless person who's more pathetic than funny. I don't know, who did she call a name? Did she call anybody any name to insult them? Or did she say that a person who could never be a woman, speaking facts, but yet here they come out insulting her, telling her to shut the fuck up, calling her ignorant, transphobic, all of these different. Jess Hilarious tried to get a Sikh man thrown off the plane, called a gay man F-A-G-G-O-T, and is now being extremely transphobic. What a miserable, disgusting human being. See, this is how men talk. I was trying to find a clip from Bad Boys Club that I saw come across my feed. It must have been taken down because I shared it to myself and now I can't find it, where they were on a bus disrespecting each other, shooting the dozens or whatever it is. They were dissing each other, talking all this stuff. And at the end of the clip, the guy was like, yeah, you know, we were just going at one another. It was so much fun. And this was a point of relaxation for him. For any of you who watch shows like Pose and things like that, you'll see that men who even dress up as women, XY chromosome persons, their behavior is very different. They take pleasure in dissing people and talking about people's hair, talking about their makeup, talking about their body, talking about this and that. They take pleasure in that for some strange reason. You know, men are competitive, women are cooperative, and the behavior shows in this whole transgender thing that is hitting the mainstream now. Anthony says, I don't see anything wrong with what Jess Hilarious said. Yeah, because you're transphobic too. Hope that helps. People just out here calling names. I wasn't going to speak on this topic because I don't like to give people the attention they want, especially when they know they're wrong. However, Jess Hilarious is just simply a bad person. This isn't her first incident of spewing hatred. Jess Hilarious said that only women get periods and the timeline is upset, saying she's transphobic. Or am I missing something else that she said?
Be a part of the live show with thousands of other viewers. Go to TanyaTKO.com/text and join the text notification squad and get a text whenever I go live. Support the show and yourself, and I'll see you on the next live broadcast.